A storm is brewing in the South China Sea, as the Philippines and China find themselves in a contentious standoff with geopolitical implications. The recent assault by the Chinese Coast Guard on Philippine fisheries vessels near the Scarborough Shoal has stirred up a diplomatic whirlwind. This aggressive encounter inflicted significant damage to the communication and navigation equipment of one of the Philippine ships, causing temporary discomfort and incapacitation for some Filipino crew members. The South China Sea has long been a hotspot for territorial disputes, with China laying claim to the entire waterway. However, countries like the Philippines, Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan also assert their rightful claims in this contested region. The recent incident has amplified these disputes, drawing the attention of the international community. This incident has added fuel to the fiery dispute, escalating tensions between the two nations. As the world watches, the question remains, how will this maritime chess game unfold in the South China Sea? In the wake of this incident, the international community has reacted with concern and condemnation. The United States and the Philippines have voiced strong disapproval of the Chinese Coast Guard's aggressive actions. The assault on Philippine fisheries vessels near the Scarborough Shoal in the South China Sea has been denounced by both nations. The U.S., a long-standing ally of the Philippines, has pledged to defend the island nation should it come under attack, reinforcing their commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. However, this show of solidarity has not been received well by China, who has warned the U.S. to stay out of the dispute. In defense of its actions, China maintains that it implemented control measures against the Philippine vessels in accordance with the law. Despite the escalating tensions, it's clear that the incident has not only sparked a war of words, but has also highlighted the geopolitical complexities of the South China Sea. As the world watches, the South China Sea has become a chessboard of power and diplomacy. In response to this aggression, the Philippines is not backing down. It's a David versus Goliath scenario, but this nation is not one to shy away from a challenge. The Philippines has strongly condemned China's actions, making it clear that such aggressive activities are unacceptable. They've demanded a halt to these actions, asserting their right to sovereignty and peaceful existence. But they aren't just using words, they're backing up their stance with decisive action. The Philippines has ramped up its military presence, strengthening its territorial defense against China's assertive maneuvers. This isn't just about flexing military muscles, it's about safeguarding the livelihoods of the Filipino fishermen and protecting their territorial rights. And they're not standing alone. The Philippines is conducting joint patrols with the United States and Australia, a show of unity and mutual support in the face of adversity. These patrols serve as a deterrent, a clear message to any would-be aggressors that these nations stand together. But the Philippines isn't stopping there. They're planning to expand these patrols to include other nations. This isn't just about one country's territorial dispute anymore, it's about maintaining peace and stability in the region and upholding the principle of international law. The Philippines, though smaller in size, shows no sign of yielding to this pressure, standing firm in its resolve to protect its territorial rights. As we look to the future, the path ahead remains uncertain. The recent incidents in the South China Sea have set a new precedent, and the potential implications are far-reaching. This is not just about the Philippines and China, it's about respect for territorial rights and international law. It's about how nations choose to react when faced with aggression and how they work together to maintain peace and stability in a region that's crucial to global trade. The potential for further escalation is, unfortunately, a real possibility. However, this does not mean that conflict is inevitable. There is always room for diplomacy, for negotiations, for finding common ground. As with any territorial dispute, the key lies in respect. Respect for each other's sovereignty, respect for international law, and respect for peaceful resolution processes. The South China Sea dispute is a complex issue, with a multitude of players and interests. But it's essential to remember that at the heart of it all are the people who call these waters home. Their lives and livelihoods depend on the peaceful resolution of these disputes. The Philippines, as a key player in this dispute, has shown resilience and resolve in defending its rights. It has sought the support of the international community, and it has made it clear that it will not be bullied into submission. The road ahead may be fraught with challenges, but the spirit of the Filipino people is undeterred. Amidst these turbulent waters, the role of international law and respect for territorial rights cannot be overstated. The international community must stand together in support of these principles to ensure that power and aggression do not override justice and fairness. Only time will tell how this high-stakes game of power and sovereignty will play out in the South China Sea.